So some of you have pointed out that the transmission cooler would work better with a puller fan rather than set up as a pusher. So that's what we're going to try and swap out today, coming up. So you may have already seen some of the videos that I did installing the transmission cooler on my 2017 Tacoma. I had it set up with the fan in the pusher configuration. That has left me wondering if it would be better set up in a puller configuration. So that's what I'm trying to change out today. I'm gonna have to do some rotating. I don't know if it's really something that I'm gonna want to get fully committed to, because I thought that I could just pull this loose and attach the fan on the backside and then bolt it back up. But now that I'm feeling on that backside, it doesn't feel like it has these brackets to screw the fan to. So I'd have to flip the whole thing around, meaning I'd have to disconnect the transmission lines, and they're not leaking and I don't want to mess with them. So we're going to play around with it a little bit and see what we can do. So it was a little bit more challenging, a little bit more work than I had anticipated, but I did get it flipped around. I had to flip the whole thing around because it does not have the same fan mount on the backside, as you can see. I also had to push it further out because there wasn't enough room between the cooler and the air conditioning condenser. So down here, I just have some arms coming straight up. They were screwed on basically what would be the front side of the cooler. Now they're screwed onto the back side. But then I had to kick the top edge out. So I just bent up a piece of sheet metal into a Z shape. I'm sure there could be better ways to do it. This is what I had available and the tools that I had, and got it to work. This top edge is kicked out about 1 inch. I was shooting for 3/4 of an inch, but that's where the metal bent, and so it ended up being about 1 inch. So it does look like it's pretty flat. I don't think it's like tilted out this way at all. I can fit my fingers between the back side of the fan and the condenser, and I'm able to wiggle them back and forth just ever so slightly. Thickness of my fingers, and so it's not gonna flex enough to make contact. So I don't have to worry about that there. With the transmission lines, I did disconnect them at the bottom here so that I can flip the whole cooler 180 degrees. I tried to lay the cooler flat so that I wouldn't have any leak out. I only had maybe a couple of drops drip from the transmission cooler as I was disconnecting and reconnecting those lines. So I should be good there. I shouldn't need to add any more transmission fluid. They are still run behind this center brace. I did try running them underneath in the front because I thought I was gonna have to. I didn't like it, so I ran behind. Same thing with this one. I thought I was gonna go over the top, but it is better behind it. It was a lot more kinked trying to go over the top here. So the way that it is set up right here is definitely better. The last thing I need to do is rewire it. I do need to reverse the wires so that it is sucking and not pushing. This is what the old bracket looked like. It was just flat, and that Z shape pushed it out enough to allow the fan to clear on the backside. So I've got it all wired back up. The reinstall is finished, and I'm ready to put the grill back on and button this up. And so I still have to go and test it. I'll probably go and tow my camper up to go camping this weekend. In the install video of the transmission cooler, there's more details in there, but real quick, I did opt to leave the stock transmission cooler in there, and I just added extra lines and running it over to this one as well. So they are both plumbed in and both still functional. There's no fan on this one. The smallest fan that I could find was about a 4-inch fan. I thought about getting one of those and trying that out on there. I just haven't gotten around to it. I may or may not in the future. But I have noticed a difference with the transmission cooler installed. And yes, I do tow a fifth wheel camper with my Tacoma. It's just a little one. It's only about 21 feet long. It's 4,500 pounds empty. It's got a GVW of 6,700 pounds. But I have noticed a difference with the transmission cooler installed. So I definitely suggest it. It's not difficult if you are somewhat handy. Okay, at this point, it has been over a year since I swapped the fan from a pusher fan to a puller fan on the transmission cooler. And what do I think, given the numerous comments that I received saying that it would be better as a puller than a pusher? Well, I don't think I agree with that. I don't think it makes a difference. Judging by the temperatures that I saw in both configurations, I am not seeing that much of a difference. The temperatures are reaching about the same on the transmission and the torque converter as they did before. I would say the only slight difference, and it's hard to tell, this just might be me wanting to see a difference, is I feel like it's holding a cooler temperature for a little bit longer, so it takes a little bit longer for it to start warming up. And then it almost seems like it cools off faster once I get to the top of a climb and start descending, and it's able to upshift again. But I don't know for sure if that's really the case. But what I can tell you is that it is not keeping the temperatures any cooler being a puller fan than a pusher fan. So in my opinion, it makes no difference which way you set it up. I think the most important thing is that you do have an auxiliary transmission cooler with a fan. I hope this answers that question, or some of the comments that people have had on, you should set it up as a puller fan. It's gonna be way better and way more efficient. Well, I'm just not noticing that that is the case. So that's it for this video. I hope that helps some of you out there. We'll catch you on the next project. See ya.